Wait a minute. Oh boy. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what is happening? Originators Monday chiming to you live where we're giving you that Atlanta Falcons talk mixed in with a little something extra. I'm your host, Six Man K Styles. And to my stage left, as you already know, it is Mad Mike Sports, aka Senator Palpatine, is in the building.
What's happening, fellas? I'm trying to find the hole real quick. I'm trying to find the hole. I'm trying to find a hole to put my damn charger in it. Damn, you freaks.
Hey, look, we try to make sure you clean that up, motherfucker.
Okay,
That
Jesus.
had to look like, wait a
Damn,
goddamn minute,
y'all some
Rondell.
sick people. Sick.
That's your fault. That's your fault. You didn't add no context to it. You just say you need to find the hole. We look like I'm like, bro, do you need a moment? We interrupting something?
No.
All right, man. Like Keyshawn said, Manscaped. Hey man, we got another one of the originators with us today, man. We got the Don is in the building, y'all.
It's showtime, folks.
Yes, sir. And before we go ahead and kick this program off tonight, man, we got to kick this off with three special words that we already use, and that is what?
The real world cow.
The real roll call, y'all. Gold dust. That's high quality ginger tea. I'm good. All right. And today we're gonna kick this roll call off right. Let's see. We got Sherman Wood in the building, ATL Leo, Mucho Grundy, Keyshawn Vlad, King Quest. We got engine number 9, Andrew G. We got the real Michael Walker, Eric Mack, and Old Chicken Howler. Wait a minute. Had to clear. Let me clear my throat. Let me clear my throat. We got Jay Diaz, Raymond Collins, and Dre Murphy, Kenan Moss. Hey man, we appreciate y'all coming in, man. So you want to go ahead? Let's go ahead and kick this thing off right. Mike, how you want to kick this? How you want to kick this off? You want to talk about the Atlanta Falcons destination playoff topic, the BCS college football drama, or you got something else in mind?
I want to clear one more thing, because I did a video clearing up my take on Michael Penix, the RPO, and the and just schemes. So again, for those people who saw that live, if you guys like that type of breakdown, I definitely love talking about quarterbacks, you know. But again, okay, I want to reiterate, all right, just so you guys can totally understand and you can do a little bit more research. I actually shared the video of Urban Meyer when he talked about how he came up with the RPO, which is a run pass option. The run pass option and the zone read are two different things. Okay. The zone read, all right, is what Rich Rodriguez kind of expanded on, but the RPO is a zone read slash pass. So the RPO and the zone read almost the exact same concept, as far as the base is concerned. Right, the base is like a slant, just like a regular play. You know what I'm saying? A dive or man. The zone read is essentially that. All right, you reading a specific key, and RPO is the same thing. You're reading the key, but you're adding a little bit extra to that. You know what I mean? It's like a sluggo. All right. You know what? Anybody know what a sluggo is? A sluggo, slank and go. That's essentially what the RPO is.
Mm,
It's a, it's something off of a base, and you're adding a little extra to it. So that's what an RPO is. It's a zone read, but you're adding a little extra to it. So that's what the RPO is. So a lot of people think that the RPO and zone reads are the same thing. It is, but it isn't. It's just an extra. There's a little extra inch or two, if you will.
okay. Okay. So I thank you for clarifying that up, Senator Palpatine. Hopefully the people get it. But I think we're gonna have to kick it off. I'm thinking the topic of Atlanta Falcons destination playoffs. Y'all mind if we kick it off with that right quick, do you? Or do we have any Atlanta Falcon news that needs to be brought to our attention? Or NFL
Oh.
news of what's up?
Do we have? We do have some news. We actually have um some injury updates. You want to go through it, or you want me to go?
Oh my God. Can I go through this whole thing without something playing? Thank you. All right, what you got,
Nah.
Mike? What you got,
So
Mike?
so we actually had some information on Caleb McGarry. It's an MCL sprain or something that he's been dealing with pretty much all season. And I think for the most part, we'll figure out where he's going to be at um, as the week goes on. I think Wednesday or Thursday we'll kind of get an idea of what he, as well as Jeff Okuda. K Style, why you keep what's going on with you
I'm
today?
sitting. Hey, don't mind me, motherfucker. Goddamn, I'm
Oh,
sitting here trying to. I'm sitting here trying to read the news while you're talking, and whoever the hell that is in the background won't shut up. So, like, damn. All right, keep going, Mike. I'm sitting here trying to have a
but
hooked on
but
phonics moment with you.
but but he has MCS sprain, something that he's been dealing with. But Wednesday and Thursday we'll figure out what he and Akuda are those guys going to be available. But we'll see, man. But Caleb McGarry, a sprained MCL is what we're hearing. So we kind of figure out what's going on, what happened as far as um that goes on to
So
the
what
week
about the
goes on.
news? What about the news on Nate Landman as well? I know that's
Um,
kind of the other one.
that's the same thing with Nate. He doesn't think it'll be something long term as far as Nate is concerned. I think it's kind of similar to what he was dealing with actually this week. So look as the season goes on, we know these injuries starting to pile up for a lot of these guys.
Yeah.
Um, I think there's just wear and tear, and like at the end of the day, I think we have. I forget. Actually, we actually signed. What's his the
Frank,
USFL
Frank,
Frank
Frank,
Gender.
Frank, Frank Gender, yeah.
Yeah, Gender. So we have him. So he's a guy that's kind of similar build and athleticism, but he doesn't have the experience that Nate has with this particular defensive team. But he's familiar with it. He doesn't have to come in and learn defense from scratch. He knows the basics of this defense, so he'll fit in. He just got to get acclimated with the speed and if we need him. I doubt we need him. I think Nate is gonna be ready to go. He could have came in. He could have played during the game, but they kind of kept him out for the most part. Just you know, just for risk, just to be safe.
Yeah, exactly. Especially like you said, especially with them already being down like that and just trying to get out of that get out of that damn stadium unscathed.
Hmm.
I don't blame him. I also want to say before we get started on the subject, I want to give a congratulations to Mr. Bijan Robinson for being the fastest to 1,000 scrimmage yards since William Andrews.
Mm.
Wow.
So if you don't know what his so he is currently, hold on, 756 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns, 35 receptions for 266 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So, yeah, like you said, man. So, what do y'all feel about Mr. Bijan Robinson and how do you feel? How do you feel has his game improved from a week to week basis?
Um, me personally, I think he's exactly where I thought he would be. The things about um a lot of special players, gifted players, they don't receive a lot of the necessary coaching because they are so good. I know that probably sounds crazy, but like he's so gifted. Like a lot of them don't learn the basics and handling the ball, vision, catching, running the proper routes and stuff like that because they're hell of athletes. You know, they crazy athletes. So I think where he is right now is exactly where I thought he would be because he didn't again in Texas. He was that guy at Texas. He was their big playmaker from from day one. So it's like I don't think he learned how to read his blocks. I don't think he learned how to actually, run routes out of the backfield the proper way. They just put him out there and just say, "All right, go make some plays." That's what they do in college. So it's like now that he's finally starting to put it together, man. I think this is just the beginning of Bijan. I don't think we've seen his best plays yet. Like he's that special. He hasn't learned how to read his keys in the NFL. That's the crazy part. He hasn't really even learned how to read his keys up front as far as a runner is concerned. And we know he hasn't reached his potential as a receiver. And like he could be even more dangerous as a receiver. So man, the sky's the limit for Bijan, man.
Hey, K Styles, keep checking the
What you got on
backstage
that,
and see
dog?
if somebody pop up. No, I'm just saying, keep checking backstage and see if somebody pop up.
Oh, ain't nobody here yet. That's why we're going
Oh,
to this Falcon thing right now. So ain't nobody here yet. So what's your take? What's your take on that topic right there, Don?
well, people gonna hate what I gotta say on this. That goes to show you that Arthur Smith, picking Bijan, is justified. You know, him getting over 1,000 all total yards already, and we have what 4 or 5 games left in the season. That goes to tell you everything we need to know. Um, at first, I didn't like the pick. The beginning of the draft because I'm like, okay, well, we got CP and we have Algier. Like, why do we need another running back? But clearly, as you can see, especially the last few weeks, he's been coming into his own. He's getting better. Um, one thing I would like for Bijan to do is go through the whole. Stop trying to go sideline to sideline, get yards.
Hmm.
You know, You're not Barry Sanders. We know back in the day, Barry Sanders was good at going, up, going up and down, sideline to sideline, and then he'll find a way to get, 33 yards on the run. So just get yards. His vision is going to get better as time progresses. His run blocking it looks like is getting a little better. Not run blocking, his pass blocking, his pass protection is getting a little better. From what I've seen in week 2 and week 3. So, that's all I gotta say about Bijan.
Okay. Okay. But yeah, because I know the major thing that we've been hearing about, and this is kind of why I was saying about the destination playoffs here, is I've been hearing around the grapevine here a little bit that despite the win that we did have on Sunday, it actually made a lot of people quite upset because the game was quote unquote ugly and boring.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody told me that's not how the Falcons should win games. Now I'm thinking Falcons are trying to get to the playoffs. No, I take that back. The easy schedule conversation was, why did the offense struggle against the New York Jets? I say it like this. It is what it is. They won the game. I'm going to ask everybody that's watching right now. Would you have rather the Falcons won that game ugly or lost that game pretty? Now, what I mean by lose that game pretty is losing the game 34-31. Now, I asked this question yesterday, and everybody's like, man, of course we take the win. But there's a portion of people that said they rather lose the game 34-31 than win 13-8. I was flabbergasted. What do you guys think on that, man? I was flabbergasted.
Like personally, I think does it really matter? Like my thing is we've as a franchise we've already seen the 40 to 50 games. You know what I'm saying? How many times are you gonna see 40 to 50 or 37 to 33? Like I'm like yeah, that's all cute and all, but you still you're 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 satisfying the fans but losing at the same time. So it's like, all right, I had a analogy I was going, but I'm gonna leave that alone. But but
Where is
like
where,
you got,
where is the bleach? That's what I'm looking for.
man,
Where's the bleach?
Man.
but you got
I'm
them all
telling you.
excited. You get the fans excited just to turn around and all for nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's essentially what that is to me. It's like I'd rather not get too excited and then get disappointed. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's just like I love the physicality. You know what I'm saying? I love the physicality of the NFL. I love defense. I love ugly games. But it's like we gonna sit up here and throw the ball for 350 yards every game and then give up 450 yards. Like, what's the point? Like, okay, we're explosive on offense, but we're crappy on defense. And I think that's what a lot of people just like. I don't understand that mindset. I'll just it's football at the end of the day. It's like football is meant to be uh, um a nasty sport, a gritty sport. It's not supposed to be pretty. You're supposed to run over people. You're supposed to, as a defensive lineman, you're supposed to sack and hit the quarterback. Offensive lineman is supposed to get physical. So I don't understand why people are upset with what we saw. I think there was a thing of beauty between the Falcons and the Jets. Both of those guys, like both of those teams, they was trying to get at each other. Like they was physical.
Mm-hmm. You gotta remember the Jets have a pretty good defense too. So, like you said, it's credit to them too because they held the Falcons to 78 rushing yards, especially coming off a game like we had last week, where you knew that was going to be the emphasis of their defense is to stop the run. I'm still tripping on the stretch zone play on the 1 yard line, but like I said, we passed that now. I went to therapy for the, I went to therapy for this, so we should be good. but but yeah, man, like you said, you coming down to the end of the year, you gotta snatch up wins by any means necessary, man. And like Jesse Bates said at the end of the game, man, you got 2 in a row. You got to start stacking them. And the thing is, we've had some hiccups in games this year where we lost games on fumbles and not giving up, not getting sacks or dropping passes and turnovers and all this stuff like that. Yeah, those games could come down to the end, but a game of this particular style that we just saw on Sunday is one of the biggest differences between this team going on a run or this team going on a slide. So, hey man, I'm loving it. Hey, look, and I want to ask everybody a question. Did y'all know that the Falcons right now have the most sacks they've had in a season so far since 2018?
I thought it was 2017. That's 2018.
17, 18. God damn it, it's been more than 5 years. So yeah, we gonna put it like that.
And also, let me add to that too. We done had 2 games. There's only one team in the NFL this season that had back-to-back games that did not allow a touchdown. And that's the Atlanta Falcons. We're the only team.
Yeah, and OG Sam said it. And OG Sam's been saying it for a while now. The identity of this team is its defense. Like you said, they don't have 45, 50 sacks right now. But the main key defensive statistical point that they're doing is they're not giving up touchdowns in the red zone. They're not giving up points. They're forcing offenses to kick field goals.
And
they're getting turnovers. Go ahead.
And let me add to this too. So the past few games, and let's look at the game yesterday. All right, we definitely had Greater Jared out there. AJ Terrell got knocked out of the game early. We had guys come on the bench making plays.
Clark Phillips.
Man, we had people off the bench coming out there making plays. And New York they only scored 2 field goals. 2 field goals. Yes, they put up 8 points, but that safety, man, was self-inflicted on us, man. So, but yeah.
But yeah, man, hey, let's get into some of these comments right quick, man. See what y'all thinking on that. Philip Franklin here said, "Are we saying easy schedule based on teams' last year performance, or because we're just a better team?" Easy schedule is simply just based on where the teams are right now, and essentially everybody in the NFC South pretty much damn near has the same schedule. So yeah, by us being the only one that ain't got a losing record with the same schedule said a lot. And strength of scheduling don't mean nothing because we see that the Eagles have had one of the easiest schedules. We've seen the Cowboys, we've seen all this, but they don't chastise them for their schedules. But I don't want to make that into a point. You have to beat who the hell you're playing. So it don't matter if it's the worst team of the league or the best team of the league. You have to beat the opponent that's put in front of you. So you can miss me with that easy schedule shit. Am I right?
I don't like. My thing is like, what's the point? Like, on one hand, you say that it's an embarrassment to lose to Arizona, and then turn around, you beat the team that you're supposed to beat, and y'all say, "Oh, it don't matter." Like, bro, if that ain't a sign of mental health issues, like y'all got some major problems. Like, make your mind up, bro. You can't have it both ways. You can't say, "Oh, it's an embarrassment to lose to the worst team in the league," and then turn around and say, "Oh, y'all only beat the worst team in the league," and then the worst team in the
Mm-hmm.
league actually beat the Super Bowl champs and the Super Bowl runner-ups. Like, they didn't beat the Super Bowl champs. I think it was like a 3-point score, score game,
Mm-hmm.
3-point score with the Chiefs, and then turn around and beat the Eagles. So it's like, y'all got to make your mind up. It's like and the Jets got quality wins. That's the thing too. They got quality wins on top of it. So they're not as bad as people making
Right.
it seem.
Right. Right. So like you said, at the end of the day, man, you got the other team is going to be professionals. Hell, everybody's trying to win games at this point in time. Hell, the Jets technically are mathematically still in the. Ain't they
Mm-hmm.
kind of still? Well, kind of. They in the hunt. I'm just saying that they in the hunt right now in
They
the
in the hunt.
AFC. I'm still I'm still trying to figure out what the hell Washington was doing playing man coverage in a slot against Tyreek Hill and having him gash you for almost
And
200 yards on 5 catches. I'm still trying to figure out that.
they got
I,
this
I,
man in the
I,
slot too.
that man said he
By
felt
himself.
disrespected. That man said he felt disrespected that y'all played man coverage with a slot corner on him, 1-on-1. Uh, uh,
Mm.
uh.
Pretty disgusting,
Yeah,
to be honest.
she said manic depression fan base never had me complain about anything, and like you said, it's necessarily to point it out, but at the same time, we can only control what we want to see. Well, like I said, if we're gonna be happy that this team's winning by any means necessary, damn it, that's the only thing we're gonna focus on. Whether the team win or lose, like I said, we have our takes on it. But the thing about it is, I never be the fan to be mad after a win. I'm just gonna say that now. I've never been one of the type to be like that.
Let's get mad. We're angry because we won. What the hell is wrong with y'all? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
look, look. We saw the Chargers beat the Patriots 6-0 yesterday
Mm-hmm.
with a $270 million quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Getting paid. He getting paid 270 something million to put up 6 points, but we up here complaining. because we won.
They said the Patriots is the first team in NFL history to give up less than 13 points in 3 straight games and lose in all 3 games.
All 3.
No.
On,
I take that back. No, they gave up 10 or less points in 3 straight games and lost all 3 games. Do y'all want them problems? I'm gonna ask y'all. Do y'all want them problems?
Hell no. Good defense. Everything else sucks.
Do you want your defense to give up 10 points or less in 3 straight games and y'all lose all 3 of them? Last time Falcon fans seen that, boy, that was the Grits Blitz days, and most of us wasn't even born yet. Am I lying?
Look, man. It's hilarious to me. That's my thing.
Or do y'all want to be 1-11?
1-11 where you can barely score 3 points in a game. Nah,
Hey, you ain't got no draft picks to help build your team. Y'all want them problems too?
You 1-11. You untraded your draft picks away because you get look. We good, bro. We in good hands. Like Allstate.
Allstate. Hold on, I gotta do the thing right. There you go. We're in good. Oh man,
you're in good hands with Allstate.
But let's see. Like Andrew G said, 1-11 with a number 1 overall pick.
That ain't yours.
That them, yeah.
Just saying.
But I'm just hey, look, man. Let's get on to the second topic tonight and the final topic before we get to Q&A. Damn, I wish I'd have put the damn thing on here, but it's okay. I want to get everybody's takes on the BCS college football rankings that just came out, with it being Michigan number 1, Washington 2, Texas 3, and Alabama 4. And Florida State and Georgia 5 and 6, respectively. I want to get everybody's takes on that. I mean, we know Don happy as hell because he got the number 1 seed, but we still gonna ask him.
All right. Well, of course, y'all know how I feel about the number 1 team in the country, so I'm not even gonna really spend a second on that.
Oh my god!
This is a perfect bragging moment.
This a perfect time, and you ain't gonna brag. Like, what the heck is going on?
We did everything we needed to do to be number 1. Do anybody disagree?
Hey, look, I can't complain about it. Shoot, hey, look, you gotta take care of
your business. Ain't nothing to complain about.
We was ranked number 2 in the country going into the season. Then we bumped down to 3, and then remember they had Ohio State at number 1 at one point, and we beat Penn State. We beat Ohio State, which they were number 2, and Georgia they lost in the SEC championship game. So that's how it works. Number 2 team, and we haven't lost any games. We get slotted up to number 1. Number 2 team in the nation, Washington. I think their resume speaks for itself. They beat Oregon 2 times, and they beat some other teams that was also ranked as well. Michael Penix Jr., Heisman candidate. I don't know if he's going to win this Saturday or not, but he's been putting his team on his back. So I think they're well deserved as number 2. Now, 3 and 4, in my opinion, is kind of a tricky topic. It's very controversial because you have the number 3 and the number 4 teams. They have 1 loss on their record. Texas, we know they lost against Oklahoma, but however, they beat Alabama and Tuscaloosa, and they won the Big 12 championship. So they're in. Bama, they only loss was against Texas, and they beat the two-time SEC champions. Well, I'm sorry, the two-time national champions in the Georgia Bulldogs. So I felt like the committee said that that was enough for Alabama to get that fourth spot. Now you're looking at the fifth spot right now. That's currently Florida State. They're on the outside looking in. They did everything they needed to do right. However, they it's a footnote with their record and who they played this year. And on top of that, they are playing with their third string quarterback. But my opinion on that is if they still won their conference championship game with their third string quarterback, that should really tell you everything you need to know. They're a well coached team. So why shouldn't they be number 4 instead of number 5? Not a Florida State fan. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm glad they are number 5 instead of number 4 because their defense is really good. And Michigan, our offense is not the best in the land right now. But I know one thing. I know Florida State's defense is better than Alabama's defense. And can't nobody argue with me on that.
But
So
Bama defense ain't worth a damn. But what you think on what's your take on it, Mike? You done? You still
I'm
going?
done. I don't have nothing to say
Okay.
about Georgia. Georgia, they just lost. They lost the SEC championship game. So it's what happens when you lose. It's when you lose and how you lose.
All right, Mike. What's your take on how they did how the rankings came out? What's your take on it?
I don't necessarily have anything, bad to say outside of this. I just can't understand how you can justify Alabama hopping over Georgia when it was just a 3 point win. And it was just controversial. A controversial win to begin with because a number of things did happen. It wasn't like it was, a complete blowout. And the biggest thing I have where just as far as the numbers is concerned, it it doesn't make sense for a number one team who never lost and had quality wins. All right, yeah, you lost, but you had a quality loss. That's where I can't understand. And then the biggest debacle of them all is you literally punish a team that actually did everything well. I can't see how Alabama deserved to be in the college because they lost to the one of the teams that are are good. So this is where I see like you just look at the numbers and how they kind of created certain things. It's like on one hand, you say, all right, Texas, you reward Texas for having a quality win, and then you have Florida State have a quality win, and those guys get punished for it. So it's like college football is full of shit. To be honest, like any one of those rich I was gonna say something else, but I'll keep to myself. But
Boosters, motherfucker, boosters.
no, if you want to call them that, I'll just call them Adolf Hitler's cousins. I'll just say that, all right, because there's no
Boosters.
reason what boosters, all right,
Alumni, damn it, alumni.
alumni that we can call them. Okay, we'll call them that. But
Yeah.
it's disgusting because all this is just to get to the pitch. It's almost like politicians, man. Like y'all only you pull this shit So you can say to yourself, see, this is the reason why we need a 12-team playoff. Like it's illegal, it's disgusting, and it's just not cool at all. Like you're purposely putting the team through pain so you can justify um your own means. Because the means what the playoff is really just to have more teams. That's what they get to. It's just to have more teams in the playoffs. That's all they trying to get to. So they didn't give a damn about getting it right, because if you cared about it getting right, there's no way Alabama, who was ranked what, number 8 at the time,
They jump up 4 spots.
they jump up 4 spots. And again, it is not like you blew out Georgia. You literally lost against two. I'm talking about arguably the best player in college football. Brock Bowers, he's injured. Lad McConkey, he's one of the better Georgia receivers. And then our right tackle went out. He went out in the game. So you beat an injured Georgia. So it's not even a quality win, to be honest. It's not even a quality win. And then, like I said, and in Florida State, these guys literally got punished for doing what they were supposed to do, and that's beat a ranked team. So, like I said, all this had to do with just they only cared about their agenda, and their agenda is to keep pushing the idea of, see, this is why we need 12 teams in the playoff. So they didn't give a shit about Alabama. They didn't give a shit about Florida or Georgia or Ohio. All this was just to push that agenda to make sure that they keep pushing the idea of, see, this is why we need 12 teams.
That's what I've been saying for years. This is what I've been saying for years. The college football playoff committee is not a playoff system. It's a invitational. Because if you really look at it, if all the top teams do what they need to do, and the cards land, it'll be fine. It's been so many years we see this, especially the first year they put Ohio State in over what was it, Baylor? They put Ohio State in over Baylor, and Baylor had a better record, and Baylor won their conference, but Ohio State got in, and I think they lost with 1 game or 2 games that year.
My bad.
No, you got
so that's what I'm saying. And even last year they did the same thing. They put Ohio State in. My philosophy always been with this college football ranking system is, do not add a team who either did not win their conference or who did not play in their conference championship at all. Yes, Alabama is the exception to the rule because yes, they won the conference championship game, but so did Florida State. And Florida State was undefeated. But going back to what we talk about agendas, this was set by design. And I said this in the chat with you guys yesterday.
Yep.
You have a true Big Ten team in Michigan, and you have a future Big Ten team in Washington. Washington's no longer going to be in the Pac-12 after this year. And then you have a potential SEC school. Texas will be joining the SEC for good after this season. And then you have a true SEC school. So you have 2 SEC schools and 2 Big Ten schools in the playoffs right now. Now you don't tell me if that's controversial or not.
It was the agenda. They didn't give a damn about getting it right. They were only focused on the agenda. So and the thing is, they didn't even explain it this time. You know how they normally come on and say, this is the reason why this happened? They didn't even explain what they did. To hell with Georgia. They didn't even explain why they did what they did with Florida State. People left to assume just like, oh, because their quarterback is injured. Like, who the hell cares? They still winning.
They still won. But here's the thing, though. As soon as Bama won that SEC championship game, they already was talking about the media. Oh man, it should be no doubt Bama should be winning. And some people talking about Bama should be number one. How you go from 8-1?
Yeah, that makes no sense.
And then with Florida State, when they were struggling to win that game, they were like, well, this is not a good game for Florida State. They didn't do enough to convince the playoff committee they should be in the conversation to be one of the four teams. But again, Bama struggled too. They didn't blow. It was a one-score game.
It was literally a missed field goal. That again, it was a missed field goal with a team that literally with the best. I'm telling you, I don't see a player in college that's better than Brock Bowers. It's just a threat. Like he's the most dangerous weapon in college football. He is unstoppable. Like they is throwing everything at this guy, and he just make play after play after play. And he was what 50% of himself. Like he could barely get out of his breaks, and you barely beat this team with the 50%. Brock Bowers and Lad McConkey, both of those guys were hurt. And then you missing your right tackle, your starting right tackle, and you barely beat them. So this is what I'm saying. Like Alabama beat a team that wasn't even 100% healthy. It's not like Michigan. Michigan, look, they beat their teams convincingly. Florida State, like same thing. Their defense was on top of they were dominant. They played solid defense and they did it well. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't on one hand reward Alabama for beating a team that wasn't healthy and then with a Florida State who if let's keep it real, their quarterback is hurt and they still won. But you tell them that they're not good enough. Why? They won without one of their best players, if not their best player.
Yeah.
It just, like I said, it had nothing to do. They didn't care about getting it right, and that's why it was so fast. It came out so fast. They did, like I said, it to me it didn't look like they even thought about it. They already knew exactly what they was gonna do. If you look at that game last night, like how the hell do you not call that shit pass interference? This motherfucker literally look. I'm not even. I'm just. It was a couple of plays in that game. I was like, yeah, this clearly about Nick Saban trying to get Nick Saban and Michigan to go against each other. I don't think it happened like that, but this clearly is about the story.
They won't. And on top of that, they really want Michigan to lose finals because they really don't like Jim Harbaugh at all.
They don't like him. They don't even have a legit reason to even suspend him.
See, he signed stealing. Everybody do that. See. Everybody.
See, this is my thought on it, and I have no dog in this fight. Like I said, my team was gonna be in the Casparilla Bowl, so we happy about that. We cool about that. We in a bowl game this year, so hey, we making progressions up here. But just going off the game, I'm like before I get into like the controversial side behind it, and just looking at the game itself, like regardless on if Bowers didn't play or Lad McConkey didn't play and such like that, you still had that. Like I said, at the end of the day, Georgia did what Georgia does in the SEC championship game against Alabama. They don't stand on business. I don't know where the run game came in at because I don't know when it's like for some reason when they played Nick Saban the first time, it's trying to establish this quarterback to be the guy to save the goddamn team at times. Now, like you said, 3-point game. It was a hell of a game. There was some calls missed on both sides of the ball. But the thing about it is for the University of Georgia, you gotta take care of your goddamn business. You gotta take care of your business so it don't come down to that. Like you said, hey, if Georgia's football is all about running the damn ball, you got to run the ball. But I kind of find it interesting that Georgia and Florida is going to be in the Orange Bowl. I'm actually intrigued by that, to be honest with you.
No, Brock ain't playing. Don't be intrigued. Brock is not gonna play.
No, I'm just intrigued that they chose that matchup for the Orange Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I said everything was predetermined. They didn't give a shit about getting it right. It was an agenda from the very beginning.
Right. And I'm gonna say something here that's gonna be kind of off the wall. And it might be, like I said, it may be no chance of hell that this may play a factor in it as well. But I think what may have played a factor in it too is I think if Georgia would have blew out Georgia Tech and still lost this game, I don't think Alabama would have got in. I think that played a little bit more of a factor than people realize.
No, I really don't think that was a factor at all. This is the thing. Look. I know you as a fan of Georgia. I know at you being a fan.
No. The only reason I'm saying that is you have to think about this at a point in time in a season where now the qualities of wins and losses start to count a little bit more. Now remember, that was a 25 points favorite. And a lot of people lost a lot of money on that game because they thought that Georgia was going to whoop the shit out of Georgia Tech.
Mm-hmm.
Am I telling the truth?
But here's the thing, though.
People lost a lot of money, though.
Here's the thing. I want everybody to answer this question right here. Has there in the CFP era, has there ever been back-to-back years where Alabama has not made the college football playoffs? Let that sink in. There has never been back-to-back consecutive years of Alabama not making the playoffs. They weren't finna do it. They was out last year. They was damn sure not gonna do it this year.
It's that Nick Saban effect.
Yeah, and I really think that they saw Florida State as the TCU of this year. So they was like, well, we don't want to repeat what happened last year, so we just gonna leave them out, and we definitely don't want to have Alabama on the outside looking in again this year. So I think that all that right there raised the committee's questions on who should be that number 14.
Well, at the end of the day, you gotta handle your business.
Oh, by the way, Brock Vandegrift is expected to hit the transfer portal.
Damn, I saw that. I'm like, dang, but that was supposed to be y'all. Man, but hey, it is what it is. I can really see him.
Yeah, go ahead. My bad, dog. Go ahead.
Because we got fucking retarded Kirby Smart that sit up there and played this 5'2" midget for 3 years and fucked up every quarterback seat. That's just don't get me on a fucking tangent with this fucking moron. Got all this talent at that quarterback, and he just like the hell with Beck, the hell with Brock. We gonna play Stetson Bennett, who did not deserve to be the quarterback, even though he played and we won championship, but he did not deserve. He did not win it. They gave it to him. And now other quarterbacks' careers coming to an end because Kirby playing musical chairs with somebody who wasn't qualified for the job from the beginning.
That part. I can see Vandergrift going to South Carolina or Florida. I don't think he's leaving the SEC. I know somebody said, "Oh, he's going to Ohio State." He's not going to damn Ohio State.
Well, did
Ohio
you see
State.
how many?
That's not his type of
Motherfucker,
ball.
a
Bruh,
12
did you
year,
see how many?
12-year fucking senior, a 12-year senior, the senior. That motherfucker done graduated 3 years ago. He's still on a fucking football team. But
Dude
you
up here,
got, man, get out of here.
dude up here writing. Stetson Bennett literally wrote his dissertation and still starting
And
as a
still
Georgia
start.
Bulldog
The fuck
quarterback.
we talking about? Motherfucker,
Man working on the PhD. Still the starter of the Georgia
and
Bulldogs.
start. Man,
Lord,
motherfucker, 30 years
Lord have
old in the
mercy.
damn NFL. The first year, he think
I
goddamn
mean,
28, 29. You up
I
here
mean,
talking about he deserved to be a fucking quarterback. Man, you gonna sit your
I
ass.
mean,
Man,
I mean, what LT say? He's Asher Roth. He loves school.
of course he is. I was gonna leave that alone, K Style, but we know the reason why he loves school. Okay?
Look at him right now. You ain't gonna have no promising professional football career in the NFL or even the
Why
Canadian Football League. You might as well ride it out.
why does everybody say it's hate for Stetson Bennett? It's not hate. It's the fucking facts. He did not deserve to be. He did not win that job, and he did not deserve to be. He was struggling his first year, okay, and they kept him in there. These guys won the job. He was the better, and he sat him down even when they was winning. They when Stetson Bennett the first championship, he was not playing well. The offense responded. They changed the whole offense to fit him. So it's not even everybody can tell. Oh, Mike is hate. No, it's not, bro. These are facts of when it comes down to Stetson. So at the end of the day, it's like we even saw it against Alabama. The motherfucker out here throwing backwards passes and shit. Who the
Oh
fuck
wow!
throws a backwards?
Wait a minute. Who the hell said I'll take the first round pick over a first round playoff loss any day of the week? Who the hell said that?
Hold on, what? Hold on, what you say?
I
Hold
didn't
on,
mean to
son.
get off the subject. Wait a minute, I just caught that. Wait a minute, somebody just sent me some screenshots here. Somebody said, "Oh Lord, that was Josh." He said he'd rather take the first round pick over a first round playoff loss any day of the week.
What? So you want to lose?
I just got that shit. I'm like, wait a goddamn minute, Rondell. We're gonna say that for another show. But
let me answer this question. So you would rather take Bryce Young than making the playoffs, even though you'll make the playoffs and you'll just end up being a first round exit. I saw some of y'all. I feel like I lose my IQ.
Basically, he said he needs the Falcons to lose the rest of the games and hope everybody wins to get that first round pick.
First round pick. Okay, you do realize they already have a first round pick, right?
Every team gets a first round pick. It's unless you do something crazy that you get your first round pick revoked.
This sometimes like honestly is I really think like never mind. Josh, I'm gonna need you to like use that little thing between your head. Okay? Use that thing between your head. That makes no sense what you just like everybody gets a first round pick. I don't like, huh?
He said he want the number one overall pick. That's what he said. He
Okay.
It's too late. We're not. It's 5 more games in the season. We're not.
What is wrong with you? Did your mama drop you on your head? Did you eat concrete for a living? Like, do you realize if you got the number one, that means you have no talent on your team?
We tanking every game. I promise you, all these players that signed these, they gonna find a way to get out of Atlanta. They ain't staying on no team
Ain't
that's
nobody playing for no tanking ass team. I'm just saying that now. But
I'm convinced this man eat concrete for a living. He eats concrete. He eats it. Okay, not pours it, but he eats concrete. Like who the why?
oh my goodness.
Who? Because you want to imaginary. Mm.
Mama used to say, "Take your time, young man." Mama used to say.
So what you saying that you want to be the Cleveland Browns every fucking year? You mother man. Look,
He said. He
we
said.
probably
He said he wants the number one overall pick for 7 straight years. That's what he wants. He want like you said. He want to be the Cleveland Cavaliers.
the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's what he wants. I said the Cleveland Browns. That's what I.
Cleveland Browns too. Goddamn it, they did the same thing. He wants the number one overall pick for 3 to 4 years straight. Not realizing
Let
no cost.
you do realize that's been the Falcons for years, okay? Before in the 80s, before the 90s and the 80s, the 60s to the 80s, you do realize we had number one. Did you ever heard of Andre Bruce? Do we really have to go through this shit again? Like this, what is wrong with y'all? Like, do we really have to go through this?
I think I would say something. I think he just like saying stuff just to get people riled up for no reason.
Because I've had inbox messages with this clown. He really believes it. He really believes it.
He said we need to get the number one overall pick for 3 or 4 years straight. Just so we can have all the players in the world. This is not the NBA.
Look, Josh, I'm gonna do this for you. This is what I'm gonna do for you. If I ever meet your mama, I'm gonna give her the biggest hug. Okay? Because I know she had to have it real hard with you. She had to have it real hard with you.
Oh my God. I'm glad you went that way because that could have went way worse. I was like, okay,
I can be political. I could have went there if I wanted to. I do have a heart, but I'm just gonna say I'm gonna give your mama a hug because she had to have a hard time with you. She had to.
Hold on, wait a minute. Is that the Texans? Do they want to pick CJ Stroud again? Go back and tell them they don't want that pick and move back to pick 15. You do realize that CJ Stroud, out of all the top picks they had, is the main one that has worked out really since.
Who the hell say he gonna work out? Just because he having a good year, you saying he worked out?
I just want to
just ask Jacksonville about their quarterback who had one good year. You remember that guy, K Styles? What his name is?
You talking about Blake Bortles?
Blake Bortles.
Well, oh my goodness! All right, look. I'm just sitting here. I'm feng shuiing right now, swinging left to right. I'm feeling real feng shui right now.
Look, man, I feel like go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nah. We done sent too much attention to him. We've tried to invite him on to talk with us on multiple occasions, and he turned down all of them. So
That boy can't read. That's why he ain't came on.
Mike, let's get the attention off of him because he's loving it right now. So we're going to get back at the task at hand.
Yes, Maggie already jumped on my case for being mean today, y'all. So I'll stop.
But damn that you can't. But the only thing that made that interesting is early in the show he said, I don't give a damn about no scoring points. I need them to make the playoffs. And then he turned around and said, I'd rather have the number one overall pick than lose in the first round.
Your mama deserve a hug, bro. Your mama deserves the biggest hug. Your mama deserved the biggest hug. I mean, we need to make your mama a billionaire. I know she had it tough.
Uh, well, well. On that note, that was the 5 seconds of fame portion of the show. We're gonna go ahead and wind this down. um, we appreciate y'all tuning in, man. We got the 6-man convo coming up tomorrow. We got the realest OGs, and we got one hell of a week coming up for y'all, man. So till next time, people. Keyshawn said this. Some of these fans is confused. Look. At this point, look, but I really don't care at this point. I really don't. If they go look, I want this is gonna be my homework for everybody that's watching this show. If you see one that looks confusing as what the hell they want, ignore them, please. For your mental sake, for your mental health and sanity, let them jump off the cliff.
Take your time, young man. Mama used to say.
Let them jump off the cliff. If you're not feeling that way, like I said, just ignore it. That's why I said, like I said, since I damn near muted a lot of folks on Twitter, my Twitter feed has been the most peaceful I've ever seen since I've been on there. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that mute button is a lifesaver.
So, like I said, if you are as a fan and you're looking at it through the ands and butts, like I said, looking at every situation, that's fine. Like I said, we're dealing in an age where ain't nobody's gonna be satisfied by nothing. And if those that can't be satisfied by nothing, tell them to go get a rabbit at Starship and make yourself happy, because this ain't the time. Yeah, this is
not a rabbit. Good God.
Or rolls, whatever the hell they want to use.
Mama used to say, "Don't you eat Play-Doh."
Look, so like I said, as a fan, for your mental sake, if motherfuckers ain't happy, let them be unhappy. If you won't see this team succeed in the way you want to, you do you. But the thing that we always gonna say is, don't tell us that we gonna mute you because we don't agree with your take when you don't want to have the conversation about your take. That's what this platform is all about. So if the invite button comes on for you to explain your take, I expect you to act accordingly and explain your take. But if you scared this, like I said, if you scared to explain your take live instead of in the chat, that's why I said you ain't gonna be no. Like I said, you're just letting the folks know that you ain't standing on business. So until next time, people, we ain't here to play.
Oh no,
we here to stay.
Ooh yeah, dig it.
You ain't gotta go. Hold on. Oh shit, we forgot. Hold on. Oh, he said, "Can y'all answer my question before y'all leave?" What question?
What fucking question? I didn't see no question.
I ain't see a question.
Go, hey, goddamn paragraph.
Put that question in one more time. I look. We done got so distracted by folks eating concrete that we missed the question. Southside said, "Y'all still blocked by a bit low, man." That's sad. That's crazy as hell. I know. The 6 degrees of separation with that situation is a motherfucker. I'm gonna tell you that now. All right, so we gonna leave the show off with this question. So our depth a little bit yesterday, Nate K, is okay, but who's gonna cover Evans, Clark, D too small? Where y'all think we struggle most at? Oh, that's Jeff Okuda. That's gonna be Jeff Okuda's spot right there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
that's Jeff Okuda. I mean, the thing too, what the Falcons can do is kind of like play a shell. Just don't allow anything deep because Mike Evans is not a guy that you can, worry about getting over the top.
Oh, he
His
said
thing is
Jeff is. He said Jeff is hurt too. Oh Lord. We'll see, but they didn't say if it was necessarily
it
anything
was
major.
necessary. Yeah, so we don't know until Wednesday and Thursday. But like I said, at the end of the day, um, they'll just play a shell, man, and just not allow anything deep, and just try to rely on pressure up front.
If they
I mean, you got one of the
if it
best safeties in the game. You got the best safety in the game, so it's like I'm not too worried about things getting over the top of him. I think you do with him is just really just you'll just play a 2-man on him, double him.
yeah, either that or you might see Trey Flowers in this game. I mean,
A lot of trade flowers.
We know Mike Evans like to push off a lot, so you're gonna need a corner about as big as him, so he can't really push off like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, tell our bad man, cause concrete chewed and took all the goddamn attention, and that's
Mm-hmm.
exactly what we didn't want.
We apologize. We
We
apologize.
apologize. But
I'm gonna
yeah,
get that
like you
man.
said.
That man, mom need an Oscar. Look, she need an Oscar. She need to be a billionaire and everything.
Nah, man, but yeah, like you said, if Akuda, like I said, I think Akuda will go because I think they'll take a chance. Hell, I'm gonna be honest with you. No, you know what? I take that back. I'm gonna be honest with you. They may put Clark on damn Mike Evans because you have to remember Clark and damn London had they back in college, so he's
Mm-hmm.
used to playing against a guy like Mike Evans.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Evans thing is he like I said, he likes to push off and flop and stuff at that wide receiver position as well.
Man, Clark he's a soldier, man. That's the thing. That boy, he love competition.
Yeah, he do.
So
Yeah, hey, it may be Clark Phillip.
mm-hmm.
I mean, he's had plenty of practice going against Drake London even throughout college, so he's used to that.
We saw him in practice though.
Going up against Kyle.
No, he did because Kyle wasn't ready yet. He was going
No,
he was going up against Matt Collins. He did go up against Kyle.
he did. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
went
did.
up against Matt Collins several times, and he won all those battles with Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Because what's going to end up happening is Mike. Like I said, we know Mike Evans' playbook. Mike Evans' playbook, and we seen it the last game against AJ Terrell.
AJ Terrell. Mm-hmm.
We seen it in the Super Bowl they won with Tom Brady. This dude likes to push off and flop and trip on his own feet. He's still a great receiver, but he push off a lot. They talk about, but I'd rather take my chance with Clark Phillips than Trey can't get right Flowers. Hell nah, man. Y'all gonna do Trey Flowers like that? He really hasn't played well like that anyway. But yeah, don't be so. But I say even if Akuda is healthy, I think they may put Clark Phillips on him even if Akuda's healthy.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey man, look, we appreciate the question. Like I said, we'll do a lot better job with that. That's my bad on that part. So till next time, people, we ain't here to play. We here to stay.
Ooh yeah, dig it.
You ain't got to go home.
But you got to get the hell up out of here.
Deuces. That man said Trey can't get right flowers, boy. What kind of shit is that? I ain't gonna lie, he can't get right half the time, so I can't even get mad at that.